Assalamu alaikum everyone. So Bitcoin is behaving, it's trying to get a little bit of a life back into its own flesh. So what I'm going to do is go into the daily time frame, and you can see that the daily time frame here, a lot of people are talking about the head and shoulders. Even personally, I was talking about the head and shoulders, where you got the left shoulder, the head here, you got the right shoulder, and you're actually trying to move all the way to the downside, and you've also break the neckline as far as people are saying this one as well. But there's a lot of confusion right now. Okay, this pattern has created way too much confusion. Some people are going to go into the 4-hour time frame right there. Even I personally did that. And from the 4-hour time frame, you might end up saying that, oh, you've broken below this left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and you're actually trying to move all the way to the downside. In the 4-hour time frame does look legit like that. Okay, now this is a very confusing pattern, to be honest with you. And when I actually shift into different time frames, it gets even way more confusing as to what exactly are these market makers who are creating all these patterns trying to do exactly. So when you try with the 4-hour time frame and then you leave the 4-hour time frame and you go into the daily, you might end up saying that we're holding support because you are looking at something like this as well. You haven't lost the support. This is still a touch, that's still a touch, that's still a touch. You got this touch, you got that touch, you got that touch. Perfect support. No loss of support. You are still good for Bitcoin. You're not actually negative. Okay? And again, one pattern, left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. Head and shoulders, which actually sounds a little bit scary for the wrong pattern. Some people are looking at this pattern to be like this. Boom and boom, and boom and boom. Okay? Falling wedge. We are creating a falling wedge, and we're looking for Bitcoin to pop back up like this. And I am more interested into the vision of this falling wedge more than the vision of a downtrend. Now there's one thing. How about option number E? We've talked like 4 or 5 different things for Bitcoin. You know, maybe we've talked about plan A being the head and shoulders, plan B being like, the daily support level, which is actually this one right over there, plan C, which is a falling wedge right over here, and plan B, I don't know what plan D was. What about the plan E? Okay, let's come up with the 5th scenario. Now the 5th scenario is that you play the head and shoulders and you also play the falling wedge. Now this is actually going to be very, very interesting now that I've come up with this subject. This is, I think, something that most of the people are not even thinking about. But let's see if this is something that can probably be in play. And that means you play the negative pattern and you also play the positive pattern as well. 2 in 1. So you're getting 2 things for the price of 1. Okay, and that means, let's actually say that this is actually a falling wedge, and this is your left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. How about, because the left shoulder and the head and shoulder technical target is at 24,100 or 200, okay? So what you do is very quickly make a wick down there to this line. Do you see that? Which is actually near 24,000 right over there, okay? 24,000. And when you do that, you still are maintaining a falling wedge. So you are meeting this technical target of the head and shoulder, but on top of that, you're also maintaining the falling wedge, and then you break out of it, and then you move to the upside. Just the same way, you are making support there, support here, touch right there, falling wedge still continues. The head and shoulder technical target does actually get met, and then you try to move to the upside. Now the worst scenario is that if you come down and you lose this, you are going to be losing the falling wedge, you're going to be losing this support line, and you are looking for this technical target all the way down to nearly $18,500. So keep in mind, if anything happens, I'm actually positive on Bitcoin. I don't think, even though there's a negative pattern, I personally have a feeling that Bitcoin wants to move to the upside, even though for Bitcoin it does make sense to correct to the downside. But altcoins are showing that, it's already dead down and they need to move back up. So Bitcoin has to somehow make people more bearish at the moment and accomplish that mission just to disappoint all the bears and then try to even move higher. That's my personal take about it. which is a good thing, isn't it? It's been a long time I haven't talked about moving up. So that's it for this update on Bitcoin. The signals for June is opened up. If you want to get into it, message me up on Twitter. And that's it. I'm going to see you the next one. 7 more days to close it, and I'm going, whatever. I love this.